Howdy, brothers and sisters out there in YouTube land. This here is Grateful Panic, and I've got another knife review for you guys today. And today we are going to be taking a look at the Marbles Large Skinner, which I've been promising a review on for quite some time now, and I figured there was no better time like the present to go ahead and do that. And before we take a look at that guy, let's go ahead and dive into what I carried today. And the first knife I carried was the GEC Bullnose in the new clip slip from CollectorKnives. And I gotta say, this is a really handy slip. You can clip it right inside your pocket like you would clip a folder with a pocket clip, and it's very convenient, good quality. So if you guys are looking for a slip to carry your traditional slip joint lock back type knives, definitely check these out. I will drop a link to this in the description. And I also carried, as per usual, the Bark River Knives ultralight bushcrafter, and my Swiss Army knife carry was the Victorinox camouflage tinker. And my flashlight carry, which I was pretty excited to carry today, was the brand new Olight S1R Baton II, and I'm very happy with this guy because they made a few changes from the original S1R Baton, and they actually changed some things that I didn't like about that flashlight. And I mean, they were, minor things, but they put a new style pocket clip on it where you can clip it on, you can still clip it to the bill of your hat for a headlamp, but they also changed it to where you can either clip it in your pocket with the lens up or with the lens down. So I thought that was pretty cool. And they also they got rid of one of the turbo modes. There were two turbo modes on the other baton, which I thought was kind of redundant because the second turbo mode really wasn't that much brighter than the first. So I saw no point in two turbo modes. So it's kind of nice to double click it and go straight just to the brightest setting. And they also increased the lumens from 900 to 1000. So this is a really cool flashlight. I'll drop the link to it as well down in the description so you guys can check it out. So with that be and a suggestion was made by my good buddy Gonzo, Marshall Converse, and he said, while I do the what did I carry portion, I should also add a portion of what adult beverage am I drinking. And today it's nothing fancy, so don't get excited. It's what I consider the redneck water in a can. It's a little bit of Busch Light, so I would be drinking a couple of those tonight. But with that being said, it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty, the knife of the hour, the knife that we've all been waiting for, or at least the knife that I've been waiting for, the review knife. And like I said, we're going to be talking about the Marbles Large Skinner, which, I mean, just in appearance, it's a really cool looking knife. So let's go ahead and get the boring stuff out of the way, and then we can get down to the meat and taters. Let's get some measurements and some weight. And we've got an overall length of right at 10 inches. Got a handle length of 4¼ inches, which gives us a full blade length of 5 9/16 inches, and a cutting edge of right at 5¼ inches. And weight wise, and I'm really impressed by the weight on this guy, because for a fixed blade knife of this size, it's really light in hand, and it's really well balanced as well. But we're looking at 5.9 grams, which converts to 168 5.9 ounces, which converts to 168 grams for our friends across the pond. And as I was informed by one of our friends across the pond, he does not, in fact, use the metric system. So let's get a weight in the sheath. And we're looking at 238 grams. And no, don't want to know kilograms. 8.4 ounces. So what we're looking at is a nice stacked leather handle with an aluminum pommel and a brass guard, and this is a single quillion guard, which I prefer personally, because I just think the on a double quillion guard, the top part just kind of gets in the way. And I love this nice thumb ramp here with the, and this is some pretty aggressive jimping, but it's not uncomfortably aggressive. I mean, it just has a nice feel to it. It has some nice grip, and the way this handle is shaped, it's got that palm swell there, so it just kind of, I mean, it just really fits in your hand like a glove. And you've got a blade steel of 440A, which I know isn't the best blade steel in the world, but I've done a pretty extensive amount of cutting with this guy, and it's yet to I haven't sharpened it once, and it still cuts like a dream. So apparently they got their heat treat right, because this knife is taking a licking and keeping on ticking. And you have a hollow saber grind with this nice false grind or swedge on the top, and I think that just gives it a really cool look. And you've got the Marbles logo on this side. On the reverse side, you've got the model number MR397. Let me get that in the light where you can see it. And then of course it's made in China. And all in all, this knife has done me pretty well. If you're looking for something where you're going to be doing some heavy skinning, and I know they call this the large skinner, but if you're going to be doing some heavy skinning where you might be coming in contact with some bone, this probably is not the best knife for that. But if you want a cool little fixed blade that you'd like to carry on your side, and just use for everyday tasks, it's great for food prep. I've used it a good bit for food prep, cutting meat, fruit, vegetables, and it performs really well. There's two flaws that are kind of nitpicky, but there is no sharpening choil, which might make it a little bit difficult to sharpen, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And also the quality of the sheath. It's not trash, it's not going to fall apart, but I'd just like to see a little bit better quality sheath. But for the price that you pay for this knife, you really can't ask for much more. It is actually leather, so that's a plus, and it's pretty durable. It's held up well for me, and I've carried it a pretty good bit. You get the knife and sheath, and I think I paid right at somewhere between $25 and $30. I think it was maybe $27. And I'll put the link in the description to where you can get this guy. And it's just it's kind of a piece of history because Webster Marbles was one of the originators of the American sporting knife, and he was based in Gladstone, Michigan, which is right there in the Upper Peninsula, where they're calling it New Sheffield now. That's where a lot of the custom and mid-tech American sporting knife makers are based at now. Bark River Knives is right near there in Escanaba, Michigan. If you're a fan of Vehement Knives, Matt Martin and his crew are based right near there. And like I said, this is just it's a piece of history. It's even though it's no longer made in Gladstone, Michigan, it's still cool to have. And while I would love to own a marbles knife that's actually manufactured in Gladstone, right now those are a little bit out of my price range. I think it is the Marbles Woodcraft that they brought production of that back to Michigan, and which is exciting. Maybe they'll bring some more models back, and you can get an actual like brand new marbles that's made right there in Michigan. As it stands right now, you can find them on eBay, and some people, usually the people that are selling these they're really really proud of their marbles knife because they're charging an arm and a leg for it. On occasion, you can find one in decent condition at a decent price, but you really really have to hunt. So all in all, especially for the price, if they were charging $75-$100 for this, I would definitely not give it the seal of approval. But as it stands for the price and what you're getting, and the fit and finish is pretty daggum spot on. I mean, it's very well built, very well put together, and I mean, it seems like it's gonna last quite a while. And yeah, the knife, the blade's gonna get dull on you quicker than some better steels, but 440A is super easy to sharpen, so you can have it, back razor sharp in no time. So all in all, I definitely give this knife the Grateful Panic seal of approval, which, as we all know, is 1 3/4 thumbs up. And sorry about the dirty nails, guys, but I am a machinist, so I do tend to get a little bit dirty on the old hands there. And that pretty much does it for this video. As always, I appreciate you guys watching and commenting, and I gotta say I am blown away by the response on the 100 subscriber giveaway. I said 200 because we should have made it 200 because the subscriptions have just blown up for the Grateful Panic family, and I'm really 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 excited about that, and I appreciate everybody out there that's helped make that happen. I mean, you guys are totally aces in my book. Oh, and some announcements before I forget. We're gonna have some pretty cool unboxings coming up. My friend Gonzo, my brother, is sending a package with some stuff to add to my loadout on the new EDC day pack that the EDC Ferry sent my way. And I actually found out who sent it, and I don't have his permission yet to announce his name. So I'm just gonna say, I'm eternally grateful for that. That is the coolest thing. I've carried it with me every day, and I've got a pretty good loadout going on right now. But with Gonzo's contribution, it'll be even cooler. So I look forward to unboxing that and let you guys check that out. And I did a trade with my good friend and family, and I swear I'm gonna butcher his last name, but I'm gonna say it like I see it. Paul Schwett. I hope that's the way you pronounce his last name. Anyway, he's sending a really cool modified old hickory butcher knife that when you see it, guys, it's going to blow your mind. You will not believe that it used to be a butcher knife. And to look at it, you would think he built the knife from the ground up. I mean, it is an amazing uh, uh, example of some really skilled craftsmanship. Easy for you to say. And I mean, it's just a beautiful knife. So I'm looking forward to you guys seeing that, along with another knife, which I'm not going to tell you what it is because I'm very excited about this knife. I've been wanting one. It was actually one of the first modern folders that I owned, but it's an upgraded version with some pretty killer blade steel on it, and I think you guys will enjoy seeing that. And so I'll definitely be doing reviews on those, and along with the EDC loadout gear that Gonzo is sending me. He's also sending me a Spyderco to carry and review, so I look forward to that. And I also did a trade with my good friend and family, J.R. Rodriguez, the originator of the Sharp Spot group over on Facebook. I'll be dropping a link to that in the description. You guys definitely need to check out the Sharp Spot. It's a great bunch of guys and gals. I mean, it's a really cool group. I mean, it's not so much a group as it is just a big family. I mean, just a great group of people over there. And along with the trade item, which is another Spyderco, which I'm looking forward to reviewing, he's also sending me some knives from his own personal collection to carry and review. So I'm looking forward to that, and I think that'll be real exciting. So there's 3 unboxings right there. And then I have at least one other knife that I ordered that's a budget knife that I will be reviewing. So there's some pretty cool stuff coming up here on the Grateful Panic channel, and for the Grateful Panic family to check out. And I look forward to all that. But again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all your comments and all your support and encouragement. And I'm really appreciative of all of it. So with that being said, this is Grateful Panic signing off. And remember, guys, stay alert, stay alive, and hey, how about do something nice for somebody today? Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.